Welcome to Still Kicking, the show that highlights senior centers around the state of Kentucky and investigates the lives and achievements of the seniors they serve. I'm your host, Jason Smalley. We're here in Bourbon County, home of the Bourbon County Senior Citizen Center. Come on in for a personal tour. Welcome to the Bourbon County Senior Citizen Center. Here at the Bourbon Senior Center, we offer many services inside and outside of our facility. Services outside include home care, home delivered meals, recreational opportunities, and transportation. As you enter the building, you'll walk into our lobby. To the left, you'll find reception, where you'll be greeted by one of our friendly staff or volunteers. As you move to the right, you'll come across our conference room, where we have advisory board meetings as well as meet with community partners to develop new and exciting activities. Community partners play a large role in the services at our senior center. As you leave the boardroom, you'll find our large community room. This room serves many functions, including serving lunches on service days. You'll often find bingo, exercise, educational programs, recreational programs, and potlucks going on in this room. You'll often find good conversation, games, singing, and music coming out of this room. As you move to the right of the community room, you'll find a large exercise room filled with exercise equipment available anytime our doors are open. Next to the exercise room, you'll find our kitchen, where meals are prepared and packaged for home-delivered meals and for congregate meals on service days. As we move outside the facility, you'll find a covered patio for cookouts, parties, games, and more. Bourbon County Senior Citizen Center. Come join us. Welcome back to Still Kicking. We're here with Wanda Traylor, who has spent most of her life living and working on farms. Thanks, Wanda, for coming in today.
Thank you.
So, it's an honor to meet you. Are you from Bourbon County originally?
No, I'm from West Texas.
Texas? Okay. So, how long have you been in Kentucky?
We moved at 54.
54, so you've been here for quite a while.
Yeah,
Quite a while. And what year was you born in?
1935.
1935. All right. So, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right? What's the earliest thing you remember?
Well, they wouldn't let me go out and pick cotton on cow because that would bother the Mexican boys.
So that's one of your earliest memories. So when you were growing up, what were the fads or like hairstyles or clothing and stuff that was popular back then?
Well, we wore blue jeans a lot.
Blue jeans a lot?
It's Western.
Western, okay. This is kind of like a Western.
Everything is
Well,
Western.
living in Texas, I guess
Yeah.
things would be more
Western.
more Western style. Yeah. So, what do you like to do for fun?
I like to come out here to the senior center. I like to go to different activities when they have it and all that.
Yeah. What's your favorite activity? Do you like picnics? Do you like movies? Going out to eat?
Going out to eat.
Everybody likes to eat, don't they? So thinking back on your family growing up, what's a tradition that you guys had that was something that you maybe still do or was meant a lot to you?
Rodeos and things like that.
Oh, really? Really? Do you have any family members that was ever in the rodeo?
No.
Just went and watched
Just
it?
went and watched it.
Yeah, which was probably a pretty popular...
Oh yeah, they had it every week in the summertime.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And I understand that you were raised on the farm, lived on the farm.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of farming did you guys do?
Well, when I had our own farm, we had tobacco and cattle and sheep and hay.
What kind of farm did your parents have? I assume they were
They had
farmers.
cotton farm.
Cotton farm.
They had
Okay.
320 acres of cotton.
Oh, wow. Wow. So you were raised basically working in the cotton fields and things like that. How did you guys go about picking it?
They picked it by hand. They had Mexicans come in every fall and followed the crops, and they picked our cotton, and they run around all over the country following the crops.
Okay, so you guys hired out a lot.
We had to hire it out, but that time they didn't have machines to pick it.
Yeah. Well, with 320 acres, right? You can't really do that with just the kids and the parents and stuff. What would you say is the hardest thing about farming?
The long hours.
Yeah, I guess it really never sleeps.
There's always something to do.
You can't leave work, can you?
No,
You live there.
You live there.
So a lot of farming now, they've got companies basically that run them, and you got large machines. What do you think about that? What do you think about the small farmer kind of has went away and it's all industrial now?
Well, it had to happen, I guess. It's better that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably more efficient, and it provides for everybody.
Well, tobacco went out. When we had tobacco, we sold it out and all that.
Yeah.
We didn't raise our tobacco anymore. We just had our cattle and sheep and hay.
Yeah. I imagine you're not farming now.
No, no.
Yeah. How long have you been away from farming?
About 10 years, I think, something like that.
About 10 years. Do you miss it?
Yes, I miss it.
Yeah. What did you like about farming? What was your favorite thing about it?
Raising my sheep.
You like the sheep? Yeah. So what was the best thing about the sheep?
Well, I had the little lambs, and sometimes I even had to have them deliver them.
Oh, yeah.
Give them the shots and all that. And I gave the cattle shots, and they took care of the livestock.
Yeah. How many did you have? What was your biggest?
Well, we had about 20 sheep and had about 15, 20 cattle. And had the calves and things like that.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like you've led a very productive, physical, and active life.
I worked at a dealership in San Juan about 18 years. I retired from there. I hurt my knees and they wouldn't let me come back.
Yeah. And what kind of factory was it?
They shipped blue cheese, but like a cattle, Sears cattle, you had to fill those orders like that.
Oh. Well, thank you for coming in and talking to us and telling us a little bit about yourself and your life and your experiences. We appreciate it. It's always good to get to know some new people and to find out where they've been and the experiences they've had. So, again, thank you for coming in, and look forward to seeing what you get into next.
Okay, thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Still Kicking. We're here with Barbara Pace, avid volunteer. So I understand you do a massive amount of volunteering and have done for years.
Yes. I lived in Shelbyville for 5 years. In the New Salem Baptist Church, they had a clothing room. So I started going to church and they didn't have anybody to take care of the clothing room. So I volunteered to take up the donations and taking the help with the needed stuff. And it's the winter time, I would collect blankets and hats and gloves and stuff that the homeless needed.
Sure.
That they slept under the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 12 o'clock we had lunch for them. We had where people would donate food for the people to feed them. And then I got a heart of gold. I would take some of the homeless home and feed them at 5 o'clock and make sure they had something to eat before they got underneath the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
But I really enjoy, now Vacation Bible School is starting in our church.
Mm-hmm.
So I have volunteered to help out with that.
Good.
Which I really enjoy that.
So you said you lived in Shelbyville for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Are you from Kentucky originally, or?
Yeah, I was born in Frankfort. No, I live in Tennessee, and that's my home.
Okay. So you was in Tennessee for how many years?
10 or 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I came, when my husband and I got a divorce, I came back here with my sister and brother-in-law,
Mm-hmm.
and then I moved to Shelbyville I live with my daughter and my son-in-law because I've had several heart attacks and I can't be by myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what year was you born in?
1947 in Frankfurt.
1947.
And my doctor didn't sign my birth certificate, and I've been having a hard time getting it.
So you really don't exist.
No, I don't either. That's right.
So when you were growing up, so you did a lot of your growing up probably late 50s, early 60s, that teenage kind of years.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I lived beside a railroad track in Florence, Kentucky, and I had a little black lamb, and he slipped out of the house one day, and a train hurt him because our train was right out of our rail rack was right behind
it.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was your pet, right?
Yeah, I'd be lost without my dog and my bird. I have a dog and a bird.
Yeah.
And my daughter, she has three. Two of them, she worked with handicapped children. Mm-hmm. One daughter is a nurse, and one daughter is a caretaker. And then I got my baby daughter. She's working to become manager at Kroger's.
Okay.
She's working Kroger.
So they're all working with people.
Yeah.
Definitely a family of people.
Yeah, we work with people.
Yeah. How many years were you married?
47 years.
47
and my
years.
husband has been gone 10 years.
10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, where did you guys meet?
Well, this is a weird thing. My husband and my sister were going together, and me and his brother were going together. So one night they decided they didn't want to go nowhere, so me and him we met and had coffee together, and we never left each other.
Yeah, but that was your sister's boyfriend at the time. Did she marry his brother?
No, she married someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would imagine that was...
It was really funny, though. I mean, it was real comical, and then...
Well, but it's a tense household for a little.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing for you in the 60s that happened that just kind of set you back and shocked you? I mean, there's so much stuff, but...
Oh, yeah. It's hard for me to... Probably my brother, I lost him in the 60s in the Ohio River.
Oh.
That was really sad.
Yeah.
Him and a bunch of boys went down to the river, and the barge sucked him under, and that was in the 60s, and that's the saddest thing ever happened to me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's
that was really,
tragedy.
It's a tragedy for me.
Yeah. So, being a senior, you had a lot of experiences and you've seen a lot of things. Mm-hmm. If you could give advice to young persons today, what would be one piece of advice you would give them?
To do whatever you have in your heart that you want. Don't give up. Do it and be proud of yourself. And the Lord will take care of you, and you will be able to accomplish whatever you want.
Great. That's awesome. That's good advice for any age, any person.
Yes. Yes.
It's never too
It's
late.
never too late. Just always be thankful for what you have.
Yeah.
Be thankful.
Yeah. And we started off talking about volunteering. So have you pretty much volunteered your entire life in some capacity?
Oh, yeah, some of the other. I love people. I never meet a stranger.
Yeah.
And I'm real bad at taking people home and feeding them. I'm real bad at, which I don't regret. I meet people on the street sometime and they need something, and I'll give them $1 or something to help them out, because someday I may need that.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love people, and I love kids older. Ain't a kid that... I have a little handicapped sister. She's 54 years old, and I spend a lot of time with her. She, my mom passed away. My sister took her, and we share. She's handicapped all on her left side over here.
Like paralyzed.
Paralyzed, and she can't talk very well. But all of us take turns with her, and my daughter's caretaker's with her, and to me, she's a miracle because she almost died last year.
Yeah.
She was in a coma for 9 days.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
she's special to me. She's she's we call her Monkey. Yeah, we call her Monkey, and she means a lot. So I'll spend a lot of time with her, to volunteer and help her out.
Sure. So would you say that's your most rewarding experience volunteering, or is there something that...
No, that's the most important thing in my life, that I can help someone else. Because I had a real bad rub. When I was growing up, it was rough on us, and we were poor. We were very poor. But God gave me this touch to be helping people, and I'm so thankful that I can help anybody.
Yeah.
That means a lot to me.
And you're saying now you're getting ready to volunteer with your church?
Yeah, Vacation Bible School.
Vacation Bible School. So what would you, in the future, you got anything, your eye on anything you want to do for the future?
Yeah, before I pass away, I would be able to take a cruise. That's what I like. I don't care. Just anywhere is what I told my baby daughter. I said, before I pass away, I would love to take a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like to do. I mean, it's a wishing thing, but it might happen.
Well, yeah. Well, hopefully you get to do that, and hopefully it's soon.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for coming in and talking to us. It's been a pleasure.
It. I really enjoy it.
It's always great to meet people that give back. There's so many people out there that's for themselves.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
When you meet somebody that's willing to go out of their way to help another person, it's really rare these days. And I commend you on that.
But I would, if I was on the side of the road and somebody wanted my shirt, I'd put a towel or something over and say, "Here's my shirt."
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Well, it's people like you that make the world worth living in.
Thank you.
Thank you again for coming in.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Still Kicking. We're here with Verna Nelson, whose faith has brought her through several challenges in her life, and she's here to tell us a little bit about those today. So Verna, thank you for coming in. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Are you from Kentucky originally?
Yes. I was born in West Liberty, Kentucky, and grew up in Morgan County and Moorhead.
So what year was you born in?
56.
56?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're probably one of the younger seniors that come out to the senior center. Let's say a lot of people, are in the 30s, 40s, things like that.
I think that they have to be 61 before they can come out here.
Yeah, 60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, thinking about life in general, how would you define a good life? What is a good life to you?
I had a bad childhood and everything, but I was one of them. I got married two weeks before I turned 15.
Oh, wow.
And I had 3 children, a girl, Sherry. My older son is Willie. And then my baby boy, he'll be 40, the 27th this month. But I think that God really gave them to me for me to have something in my life that would keep me going instead of maybe getting on drugs or something like that.
Yes, your family is a good life for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're grown now, but still, in my heart, they're still my babies.
Oh, yeah, they will be forever. Yeah.
I got 5 grandkids. My 2 older ones is married and they have families of their own.
So you're a great grandma.
Yes, a great grandma.
So when we started talking, or when I did the introduction, I was talking about how your faith has brought you through a lot of things, and we talked a little bit about that. But there was a time.
Oh, I was going to tell you, there was a time I had just got an FHA home here in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And it was over there in Quinnendale. You were coming off from it, and I lived on Quinnen Drive. And my 3 kids, well, they were still, in school and everything, and God must have been trying to tell me something, because I remember I was laying in the bed, and I know I was about awake. My spirit was flying up in the air, and I could see myself laying in the bed.
Yeah.
And I asked God. I said, God, please, let me see my babies grow up. And let me see my grandbabies. I said, and then I'll be ready to go. And God, He did it. So now I'm ready to go.
Yeah. So you're I guess that time in your life you felt like things were about to end.
Oh yeah.
And your faith brought you through, and still kind of going.
Oh yeah.
On. So I imagine you told people that story, other people. How do you think that story affects other people? You think it inspires them?
With a lot of people, I think it does inspire them. Because, God, He's there,
Mm-hmm.
He sent His Son, to die, that whoever should believe in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. And Jesus, I know one of these days He's coming back, and He is our King.
What advice would you give somebody who may be struggling with their faith?
I would tell them that they need just to pray to God,
Yeah, it sounds like you've definitely had a lot of struggles in your life.
Yes.
But your faith has brought you through.
Yes.
It's led you here to where you found new purpose and new life. Thank you so much for coming in and talking to us and sharing your story.
Well, thank you for inviting me in to share my story with you.
It's always great to meet somebody that has struggled so much with life, but is still so positive and looking forward to the future.
Yes.
It's so easy to give up, and you're not a quitter.
No.
You've proven that already and done miraculous things with your life. So congratulations. And,
thank you.
Look forward to see what you do next.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Still Kicking. We're here with Bill Hayes, who's overcome tremendous adversity from the day he was born, really until today, but he's still kicking and he's still moving forward. Welcome, Bill. It's a pleasure to have you here. So are you from Kentucky?
I'm from Bourbon, Kentucky.
What year was you born in?
Well, I was born in January the 9th, 1935.
1935. If you could travel to the future, what would you want to know or what would you want to see? Would it be something about yourself or about others?
Well, if I travel into the future, I'd like to see the people live without pain.
Yeah.
Because I have so much of it.
So it sounds like you go through a lot on a day-to-day basis. What's something that, despite your struggles, still makes you smile?
Well, what makes me smile when somebody says, oh, I went through adversity and everything, and they know that I know Jehovah, my God. And I say, yes, I know my God, and my Jehovah gave me strength to pull through each day.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be here. And He gave me my strength. And they're amazed and everything, but it's still a hard deal to go through.
Definitely.
And I don't like to see nobody with that kind of pain, but there's terrible pain.
When we first started talking, I mentioned that you struggled with adversity from birth until now. It's my understanding that when you were born, you weighed how much?
1 pound.
1 pound.
1 pound. I was born 1 pound, and in 6 months I weighed 6 pounds. And they had me I lived in a shoebox at that 6 months level. They had me in my shoebox, and that's where I lived for a long time until I grew up a little bit bigger. They could put me in in your hand like that.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, that's what I got pictures of me riding on a bicycle. I grew up a little bicycle, and playing the piano and then I was on a piano stool and had long blonde hair down to my shoulders.
Yeah.
And had my hands on a piano.
So you went from a pound to, what are you now, 6 foot, 6'2"?
Well, at the time I was 6'2".
Yeah.
And when I growed up a little bit, I weighed 275 pounds.
Yeah. So when did you become normal weight and height?
I do not know that detail, but all I know that I come up to be 6'2".
Yeah.
And some of that just passed me by, some of the memories,
Sure.
because I don't know nothing about them. But I got pictures of, they showed me and everything. And I was on, when I growed up a little bit in age and everything, I was on a bowling team. I was in a championship bowling, all 5 of us.
Yeah.
We went through the whole year. We didn't lose a game. And we won the championship. And I come up to bowled all my life. Bowled 35 years and in bowling.
Yeah.
And I went through a whole lot of pro bowling. I mean, I wasn't, but I played against some pro bowlers.
Yeah.
And I had some good games. And one guy out to the nursing home, you asked him, he was saying, I played against him. He had a 299, and I turned around and had a 300. That was a big bowling challenge to me.
So did you start school around 5 or 6, or being born weighing a pound, did that delay you getting into school?
The time all that got past me, I don't know, there's a whole lot of it that I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do know I went to school, and I went, of course, through high school, and I went to, and I was a manager of football and manager of basketball, and then and then I went through all of that, and that bowling kept me busy. And then I worked, got up in my working days. I was working in a factory for 35 years.
So where did you work?
Over at Universal Warren Springs in Georgetown. And they moved out and everything. But anyhow, I worked there for that 35 years, and I went bowling. And that's where I bowled for 35 years. And each night I went bowled for every week, about 6 leagues a week.
Oh, wow. That's all you did was work and bowl, right?
And I got married, me and Rosie, and her name was Rosella Hayes. And we've been married 42 years.
Yeah. I understand that you've never driven. You worked for 35 years in Georgetown and never drove.
That's one thing. I lived in Georgetown. That's a long way from Paris. And I got a ride all the way from the factory to my house. And he come pick me up every morning.
Yeah.
And
it's hard to catch a ride down the street. It's amazing that you was able to catch a ride to a completely different county for 35 years.
Mm-hmm. I finally got through that, and then I retired.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming in. It's been a pleasure to get to meet you and to learn some of the wisdom that you've learned over the years and brought to us today. You've definitely went through a lot of adversity, but you're still an inspiration and walking around with a smile on your face and a positive attitude, and that's amazing. So again, thank you for coming in. It was a pleasure, and I hope the best for your future. We'll be right back. Well, that wraps up our show for Bourbon County. We hope you've had a good time, learned a few things, and had a few laughs along the way. Join us next time as we venture into Garrett County to investigate their senior center and to meet their seniors.